So some of you might think, Steph, you have so many other problems. Why are we talking about jaw pain? It's critically important. Let's talk about it. I've had jaw pain since I was a young teen. Yes, it's been off and on, and yes, quite honestly, it's kind of been a separate issue most of my life. This story actually starts years ago when I was at a dentist's office in my young teens, and I found out that I had TMJ, and not only that, but I grind my teeth at night. And yes, a lot of people will say that it's stress-induced or this or that, genetics, blah, blah, blah. Quite frankly, it doesn't matter. The long and the short of it was many people told me I just needed to get braces. So we went down that wonderfully expensive rabbit hole. I got braces, and I had braces for 7 long, very long years. And I came out of them, quite frankly, in a worse state. My teeth were so badly damaged after my braces. I had so many cavities, and yes, completely my fault. Only wore my retainers for the recommended 18 months and stopped. Fast forward many, many moons, and I was told, oh, well, Stephanie, your wisdom teeth, they're the problem, why your TMJ is so bad. Now, through all of these years, my jaw pain and my TMJ would come and go. However, I would often have this problem where before I would start eating my first meal, whenever that would be, I would have a really hard time opening my jaw. Not opening in the sense of not being able to open, but when I would open, it would be extremely painful. This is something I've had into my 20s, and it started getting worse. I consulted my dentist about this, and they gave me essentially this retainer. This retainer was meant for me to wear at night, essentially to try and alleviate some of this pain and try to ensure that my grinding would subside, because it was getting to the point where I was grinding some of my teeth away. Of course, it wasn't going to remove or alleviate my TMJ altogether, but I was noticing a little bit of a difference, especially with this morning issue of not being able to open my mouth, or the pain of opening my mouth be so significant. And so did that for a while, wasn't fully consistent and or committed. I will be completely frank with you. Having to do the whole retainer thing at night is quite honestly a bit of a pain in the patookus, but the reality was I was doing it consistently enough that I was noticing a difference. The TMJ pain didn't subside completely, and or quite frankly a lot. It was one of those things that was always in the back of my brain, but in the last 5 years, let's be real, like I mentioned before, I had other fish to fry. It was just added to the long list of daily pains I've had to deal with, and well, you know, heart palpitations was on a much higher list than TMJ. So fast forward to our daily lives of this regular YouTube channel, and we found acupuncture. My acupuncturist was like, Steph, why didn't you tell me you had TMJ? And I'm like, well, quite frankly, we had bigger fish to fry. And with us going to an acupuncturist on a regular basis, I'm going every 2 weeks on average, just because going weekly is quite frankly next to impossible with our schedule. Getting into her schedule on a weekly basis is also next to impossible. And so we acknowledge the fact that every 2 weeks, we could manage a fairly good working structure that we could work on. And so when I mentioned the fact that I was having TMJ problems, once we started managing some of my bigger pain problems, i.e. my back and stuff, which we're going to be doing a huge acupuncture video on a massive update on what's going on. But I wanted to really dive deep on this TMJ issue, because I think we backburner some of our smaller problems sometimes because we just don't think there's a solution. I was gobsmacked after my first session of TMJ acupuncture, so much that I told Luke we had to do a video dedicated to this, and he thought I was a little nuts on this one, because It seems so left field that a couple needles in your jaw would do so much. I came out of that session, my first session on acupuncture, and quite frankly, we treated so many other things on that session, but she specifically treated my TMJ with, I believe it was 6 or 8 needles into my jaw within 7 to 10 minutes of having those needles in. I honestly felt the release of pain for the first time in probably 15 years. It was like this weight lifted. It was absolutely mind-boggling. I can't even explain to you the difference it made. I won't lie to you. That level of euphoria didn't last long, but it's not like I went from 0 to 100 and back to 100% pain right away either. It took about 7 days before my TMJ pain came fully back. And if you only have TMJ pain and that's why you're watching this video, and you were to consistently attack just this TMJ pain on a consistent basis, acupuncture could seriously alleviate that pain 100% within just a few sessions. It is insane how much acupuncture has helped manage my day-to-day pain, just regularly going every 2 weeks. Now, is it a forever thing? I don't know yet. This is what we're still trying to figure out. Will I have to manage going to acupuncture once a month eventually? I don't know. We don't have all the answers yet. This is what we're still trying to figure out. But like I said, I'm going every 2 weeks as it stands right now. And we're like getting very close to every 14 days where I get full relief for 14 days. However, here's the asterisk. I have to wear my retainer. I have to take care of my jaw. I have to make sure that I'm doing all the things to maintain proper hygiene of my jaw in between sessions. So I need to still do those things to maintain in between my sessions. And if I don't, I regress. But I just could not believe the insanity of pain reduction that I received from 10 beautiful tiny little needles in my jaw. Jaw pain is just so critical to our day-to-day lives. It's how we eat, it's how we speak. It's just so important. And so if you know anybody, please send them this video. I know needles, it seems so scary, but we are not talking needles that you see at the doctors. We're talking tiny little needles. Please don't be afraid. Go see an acupuncturist. You don't even need to go for your first session, but just go sit down with them, talk with them. If you don't feel comfortable, go find another one. Have them show you the needles. You know, it's a process. It doesn't mean you need to go and have your first session right away. Just go get yourself educated on the possibility and the potential of what acupuncture could do for you and your jaw pain, because I truly believe in it. And it's done me so much good. We're going to be talking about acupuncture as a whole and what it's done for my entire body in the coming months. So stay tuned for that. If you are interested, comment down below if you have any very specific questions on acupuncture or any questions at all. I would be happy to answer those wonderful questions. I hope this video has been helpful. And if it has, please leave a like. It is truly helpful to our wonderful young and small channel. We will see you guys next week, and don't forget to slow your roll. If you'd like to watch some more slow roll, check out this video next.